So you were tired of trading because it was too boring, and exploring was just way too long and too tedious and boring for you. Well, I may have a solution for you. Have you ever thought about gaining money and wanting to do something that was exciting? Well, how about trying bounty hunting? What is bounty hunting? Well, allow me to explain and show you exactly what bounty hunting is, as it is a high risk, high reward move, and of course, it is extremely exciting. But with that being said, hello everybody, Accureye here, and welcome back to another Elite Dangerous video. So, yeah, in today's video, I thought we'd talk about bounty hunting, as it is probably one of the most, well, probably for many people, one of the most exciting things you could do for the game, as it does take a while, but at least you're finally doing something that seems exciting than the tedious task of trucking things back and forth, or, or of course, going out to see great sights and distances and being gone for a long time. But what do you need to be a good bounty hunter? Well, I would recommend good weapons, and of course a good ship. When it comes down to good weapons, I mean, make sure that the weapons you fired least are your most powerful weapons. Secondly, make sure you have the best armor, shielding, and everything that you can buy. I mean, obviously, as a bounty hunting ship, you're going to be fighting for long periods of time, and, almost to no avail having a break to some degree, possibly. I mean, if you want to get the most money from your bounty hunting, you'll want to make sure that you can stay out for the long run. You don't want to be like a Cobra Mark III that just goes out there with military-grade compost and then all of a sudden has to return back to the station after only getting like 200 or 300,000, 300,000 in bounties. I mean, you want to stay out there for the long run. And I mean, what kind of a ship would I suggest? Well, I mean, if you're just starting out as a bounty hunter, you can always start off with the Eagle. I'm using Jameson Memorial as an example. These are not the prices you will get outside of Jameson Memorial, but these are the prices I'm getting while I'm in Jameson Memorial. But, you could start off with an Eagle or a Imperial Eagle. These are probably two of the best combat ships to start off with going forward. You could, of course, if you have more money, start with a Viper Mark III or a Cobra Mark III. Everyone goes for the Cobra Mark III. It's pretty much a great ship. And, of course, you could go for the Neelback, Imperial, Asp Explorer, Alliance, Chieftain, Federal dropship, whatever. The options are completely open to you. Obviously, I'm using the Alliance Challenger because it's probably by far, in my opinion, currently one of the best combat ships I can afford, or at least get. It's not really the best combat ship I can afford, but it's one of the best combat ships I can get. And once you've done that, well, it's off to the races. I mean, get up, launch the ship, get out of the station, find a place like a ringed planet to go to, and I mean, follow system security and off to the races with you. Well, with that being said, we're leaving the station here to go off to to go find us a planet, which I will have mapped by the time. Yeah, as you see these transitions, you'll see after we launch, I decide to transition out to find us a place to go bounty hunting. And of course, once you find your bounty hunting zone or place, it's a matter of getting there. So, of course, as it is, this will be us launching out of the system, and of course, in general, just leaving the station. So once you've left the station, you've launched and gotten out the place, you'll head to the planet that we're going to. Now this is where I'm going to, so we'll transition into heading over to where the planet is, and you'll see here that I just wanted to take a little chance to admire the Alliance Challenger, which I mean, honestly, it actually looks very similar to that of the Alliance Chieftain. Um, and I mean, I guess of no surprise. I mean, it's just an upgraded version like the Cobra Mark IV and Viper, Mark III and IV, where, but honestly, I mean, there's something about this ship that it looks absolutely amazing. Considered that, you got a great view of what you're doing when you're attacking people. But anyway, we're approaching the landing zone here, or the extraction zone here, and once you've gotten to this extraction zone, you'll want to try to find system security. If you're a new player in a Sidewinder or just in Eagle, I would recommend you look around for system security. Once you found system security, watch the wanted targets. If system security starts to attack a wanted target, that is your time to go in, pull out your hard points and go in. And you'll see here in a few fights where I'm following system security to, of course, get in some bounties and some obviously also some great money going forward. So you'll see here how we how I'm just kind of following. I finally found system security here. So here I'm finally finding system security, and I'm basically following them around. You'll see that I just follow them around, and this is what most new players, if you want to be a bounty hunter, should do, is follow around system security. Let them find the targets. Once they find the targets, you go in with them and attack like you're part of their wing. So here you'll see I finally see someone who's getting lit up, and this is when we go in for the attack. And obviously, if you're confident enough, you're going to have no problem taking down a target on your own. But I would definitely recommend for any players, as you get more weapons. As you can see, the Alliance Chieftain has 4 pulse lasers and 3 cannons. I would recommend that as you get into the bigger ships and have more weapons available to you, you end up of course having only one set of weapons be controllable by you. In this case, cannons are my controllable weapon, and they're the weapon I decide to have to aim with. And of course, the pulse lasers, which are supposed to be the takedown of your ship, or the takedown of the takedown of shields for your ship and whatnot, are what you want to do. Now, I think here I kind of split from system security just to try and look for more targets. And you'll see here how I'm getting how when you have a good ship like the Alliance Chieftain, especially an engineered ship, never underestimate engineered ship. If you have an engineered ship, you're going to want to you're going to have more time to take on targets yourself. And here you'll see me just kind of taking down this target on my own. And, of course, eventually I think system security does kind of lock onto who I'm attacking. But, but yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Now, how do you get the best chance to attack or bounty hunt? Is probably a question I'm going to get asked. And the best way to attack or bounty hunt people, especially once you're on the attack end, is do your best to stay behind them. Like, don't try to force yourself to be always just using aim assist or flight assist off or flight assist on. There are times where you'll want to use flight assist off just to try and keep the quick turns going, because the longer and the more often you're behind your target, whatever your target is, the more often they're not going to be able to get a shot off you. Now, I've heard, and I know some people would recommend, like, targeting a subsystem of your opponent. And while this is not a bad idea, I find that the subsystem targeting can be a little touch and go. It can be a little touch and go, so it's not something that I would recommend. And here you'll see me, I was trying to catch up to the target that they system security was shooting at, but unfortunately, yeah, it didn't really work out. But anyway, I mean, hopefully, as it is, this has given you an idea of how to be a bounty hunter on Elite Dangerous. And as always, this is Commander Accureye telling you, giving you my tips and stuff. But I mean, honestly, as it is, just remember, bounty hunting is a risky job. Make sure that you have a good bit of money, at least 1 or 2 revives whenever you are planning a bounty hunting ship. Make sure it's a good ship too. I mean, you don't want to have something like a dolphin, like a dolphin going into a hot zone expecting to be good at combat. You want something that can have. My preference is, everyone. Now, these are my preferences to a good ship and to making a very decent combat ready ship. 1, make sure you have a good bit of money. 2, make sure that you are prepared to risk it all. I mean, combat ships combat can be a bit of a up and go thing. It can be like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm doing. What the heck, And it can feel a little crazy. So, 2, also just make sure that you have the right ship. And what are my preferences for the right ship? Well, the preferences I have for the right ship is 1, make sure it has enough military compartments. I mean, you don't want it to be something like, oh, I'm gonna go out in or make sure it has some military compartments. I mean, while the Anaconda, being a combat ship, doesn't actually have any actual, no, not the Anaconda. While something like the Asp Explorer, for instance, doesn't actually have a designated military slot, I would still recommend that you do your best to try and make sure that you have one, preferably with a designated military spot. But I mean, if you don't have one with designated military slot, then I mean, just make sure that you're not cutting corners. Many people, and this goes back into my defense mission. If you're not watching my defense mission, I would definitely recommend watching my defense based mission. But when it comes to building a bounty hunting or combat ship, many people don't realize it, but you want to be the most tanky DPS-based character or ship you can be. Now, it's up to you how you choose to be the DPS-based, the tanky-based character. You can be a ship like the Imperial Cutter, which has the most shields you'll ever get in a game. And that's even before you put the prismatic shield on there. Or you can be someone like the Type 10 Defender, which is probably by far the most armored up and healthed up ship in the game. So, it all depends on, your preference and style. My style, I like having the shields. I like being able to quickly, go in and out. Because remember, as you get more and more tanky, aka, for instance, as you play something like the Anaconda, it's going to be heavier and heavier and heavier. And every time it gets heavier, obviously, every time it gets heavier, it's going to become harder and harder and harder to have it where you can, you can, of course, be good. Be good at it, or be good at, doing what you can do, Obviously, something like the Verde Lance is a really good ship for shield-based players. It also has a pretty good speed. But remember, if you want armor, if armor is your thing, if something like being armor-based is your absolute joy, I would definitely recommend you do something like a Type 10. Now, remember, Type 10 Defenders, while they're the best armored ship, they are the slowest out of every ship. I mean, the ship is extremely slow. It doesn't have a good shield, but it has over a massive 2,030 armor. So, I mean, if armor is your thing, if people, if you're kind of out there to be like, oh yeah, I'm all about armor, I'm all about, I don't care about my speed, I just want to be the I just want to be that person who comes in and then kind of walks away like nothing ever happened. So so in that case, like something like the Type 10 might be up your alley. But I mean, if you're like me, the Imperial Clipper or Cutter is probably your best choice. At a massive 947 armor, the 4 prismatic shields, and a speed of 225 with the boost being about 360. I mean, it's basically your go-to ship. I mean, it's going to be fast. It's going to have you be able to pull off some maneuvers, and I mean, in general, you will survive. But with that being said, hopefully this has helped you become a better bounty hunter. And of course, as it is, when you do bounty hunt, you will be flying around for a long time looking for targets and looking and scanning for wanted targets. But with that being said, thank you everybody for joining me today on this video. If you like this video, you know what to do. Hit the like button, get subscribed, hit the bell notification because I know you want to know when my next video drops next. I am live on Twitch at www.twitch.tv/Accureye. I am live on Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I am potentially making a Monday, Tuesday, and Sunday stream. Sunday will, of course, always be a bonus stream. Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday will be about 4 to 5 hour stream. Monday, Tuesday, and potentially Sunday will be about 2 to 3 hour stream. But with that being said, thank you everybody for joining me once again on this video. And yeah, until the next one, everybody, this is Commander Accureye. This is Accureye or Commander Accureye. Signing out and saying farewell, everyone.